What I'm going to do is, before we get in the saddle, I'd like to show you some things that I do here at the ranch. And to babies, you know, starting a young horse or reschooling a horse, to get them soft and supple before we even get on them. And, you know, older horse or a young horse. And what I do is I just reach here, and I do more of this in ground manners and leading, but I get my hand over here by the slobber strap here, and I ask him to move around and ask him to give. When he softens his nose, his jaw, then I release the pressure. If you can see that right in there. Good. And there he backed up. I didn't ask him to back up. I'm using my horseman's cane as an extension of my arm. I also want you to notice that the left rear leg is stepping up under him. This is an excellent exercise in teaching horses to use those hindquarters. And I'm also trying to teach this horse to put a nice bend down through his body, just like right there. He's leading with the left shoulder. Good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to move his hips over by taking my rein towards his hip, okay? And because we're going to need that later on in the other exercises. And then I go to the other rein. Just reach over here just below the slobber strap. Obviously he knows this exercise pretty good. He moved right out. The next thing I like to do, I like to have him cross over in the front, just like we did in the rear. In other words, I'm going to look for this right front foot to step directly off to its right, and the left front to step over the front. Like this, right front, left front, right front, left front, right front, left front. Good. If we do this enough, we could actually put a cue in there, because that's what we want to do with our reins. You know, sometimes we call it neck reining. You know, for English and Western, we also call it a support rein. And by putting this rein on there, we start teaching the horse to move off the rein. And we're going to be doing that in the saddle, but we can start doing that right here on the ground. So if you notice, I have my inside rein a little bit short, so that's my leading rein, okay? Right there, he's starting to move over. All right, and forward. And if I have to, I'll reach behind at the girth, bump him over, because that's where my leg would be. Good. And of course we have to do the same to the other side. I can go ahead and offset this rein and ask him to back up. I can shorten my right rein where the nose goes a little bit to the right, and then pick up, hold. When he moves his feet, I release, pick right back up, keep his feet moving. There he's resisting the bit a little bit, so I hold until he's quiet. Good. Good. Good, there. Good job. Then, you know, you may have to do that a half a dozen times, 2 dozen times, 3 dozen times, until he progressively gets better. Okay, right side rein a little bit shorter. Now the reason why we're tipping the nose to the outside is a horse can really lock up the vertebrae here if you keep them straight. But if you all set it a little bit, they're more willing to soften up. Now I got about a pound of pressure there. He moved his feet, so I released the reins. I'm using these rope reins. It's good for schooling horses. Collect a little bit, put a little energy in his feet. I want him to back and give. Good. Good. Much better this time. There he's stiffened up. There he's stiffening up. There he gave. And I release every time he gives. But I'm also, when I'm saying by picking up, I'm making contact with his mouth. And when he softens, I'm softening my hands. I'm giving back to him. My philosophy is that horses learn by pressure release, and he has to have some kind of motivation to do that. So I pick up, get the feet moving. If I can't get the feet moving, I can't do anything with the jaw. Good. Now there we got 3 steps of him backing up, giving his chin to me. Okay? And 3 steps, giving. 1, 2, 3, without him taking his chin back forward. Okay?